I've heard we owe you our thanks. Praise be to Abaddon that I don't have to leave the forge behind. What can I do for you? I know. A shrine to Abaddon in a forge. How unique. We have mines throughout the Tusks, though most of them were abandoned until very recently. Most of our material comes from reforging old equipment. Someone dies or retires and we make something new from their stuff.
It's a fine tradition, if you don't mind going on patrol in your dead uncle's old pants.
Mock all you like, outcast. This way has worked for centuries. You're back! What did you miss most? What can I do for you? Is that Abaddon's shiny beard? It is! Star metal! I've only had the pleasure of working with it a few times before. These days I work more with a quill than a hammer, but I think I can make an exception for this. And if the council doesn't like it, they can make someone else forge master. Oh, I'd be a happy man to be working the forge again. Oh, how I miss it! The question you should be asking is, what can't I do with it? I could refine and sharpen the material into a sword, certainly. A simple enough ask once you know the secrets of star metal. Alternatively, there's something I've wanted to make since the last time I had my hands on this stuff. A star metal arquebus. Now that sounds like a proper challenge. Very good. This shouldn't take long. Let me show you why the council chose me to be master of this forge.
Now this, I have to see.
It is done. I call it the Meteor Blade. Never before has anything I've crafted held such a wicked edge. You are most welcome, outsider. However, this material is unlike any other metal. It is superior in nearly every way, and an unmatched challenge to work. I want to see what else I could do with it. Bring me more fragments, and I can make you that arquebus I mentioned. Or, yes, perhaps I could further refine your meteor blade. Ah, if I knew where to find these shards, I would have done so already!
Oh, a traveler. Just my luck. I've got something to ask you, though. I think I've come across the discovery of a lifetime. At least I will if I can figure out this puzzle, which I cannot. Can you help me? It's all the alone time in the living archives. You end up reading some really good books. Anyway, it's like this, though. I'm in search of an oasis of fertile land and lush vegetation. I follow the energies all across the Tusks, and I'm sure this is where I'm meant to go. My elders called it a waste of time. I'll show them. You and me, though. We'll show them you can find green in the Tusks. What? I am here on very important business, you know. The texts say that there are traces still of that miraculous work and an oasis remains. Except I can't get inside. I don't understand the mechanisms protecting the inner chamber. I'll be honest though, I'm not very good at ancient languages. I just enjoy the ancient stories. However, activating these sigils should reveal the oasis we've been looking for. If I'm right and you solve the puzzle, there won't be any need for explanations. You'll just know. I'll be waiting right here. Be sure to let me know if you find anything, all right, though? How goes the puzzle solving? It's real then? The oasis? I can't believe it. I mean, I never had any doubts, but at the same time, I must get in there to investigate. The elders must bow to my wisdom now. If you'll excuse me.
Treacherous weed!
Another glorious battle.
Crow 10!
Your best shot. Look left. Left flank.
Dead!
go! Let's see what you got.
Masatsude! Worse than wrong! Seek!
There. You left. Oh, that hurt. Getting target.
Seek! Laugh into your seek!
Kill yourself.
Dead!
I think I sprained my shoulder.
We must leave.
We can't.
We must leave.
We can't. They were sick. Just
Outsider. I have wares. Ah, thank the gods. You're the first customer I've seen since this nasty business here started. Anyway, you...
outlanders. Help! You! By the gods! Deliver us! They've gone mad. They're destroying everything. The archives. My monks are tearing our books apart. I've lost my monks and most of our books. Over the last several months, books about the garden were already going missing. But the Book of Oaths and the Book of the Before, we must hold on to those. They are already dead. But the texts, our past and future that outlives us all, they can still be saved. Gods bless you. We recently brought the Book of Oaths to the parapet. It should still be there. And the Book of the Before should be in the main library. Now go, please. We've already lost so many precious texts.
Nothing like a win with a good team.
Glory in the brush!
Beyond seek!
The fight! In the eye!
Beyond seek! Seek! Lava beyond seek!
There's no time to lose.
Take a moment, people.
Thank you. You're a blessing, envoy. Thank the gods. No, I can't. Not yet. I need a book. Once I have it, I can get out of here and start my life again in Solace. It's called The Book of the Before. Have you seen it? He what? Oh, no. Please, no. You've got to give me the book instead. Oh, I read it often when I first became a monk. It inspired me. I want it as a keepsake. Besides, no one else read it. No one would notice it missing. Please, just find it and bring it back. It should be somewhere in the archives proper. I'll make it worth your while. I'll be here when you've got it.
She sounds desperate. No way she's not up to something.
Worth and rot!
The branch waves.
Let's see what's here.
Story in the brush.
Chrome 10!
You're not looking. Quit moving.
Cruak 10! Worse than
Have you got the Book of the Before? Fuitu. I don't know anything about it.
Think hard before you get yourself exiled. That attitude won't go far in Paradise.
Please, just give me the list. Oh, fuck. No, I didn't know. No, I don't know what you're talking about. No, I can't do that. Just give me the damn list. Me? That's an insane accusation. No. Please don't. Oh, thank the gods! You've given me my life back, Envoy. I can't say thank you enough. Please, take this. Just take it. And let's talk no more about this.
Do you expect her to line up at your funeral? You just gave a traitor what she wanted.
And the Book of the Before, do you have it?
I forgot how lava crackles as it cools.
The books, for Nandru's sake, do you have them? Thank the gods. Let me see them. Mostly intact. Yes, the Book of Oaths is mainly intact, and the Book of the Before. Our work of rebuilding begins now. I hate to be curt, but I must ask you to leave us now. May this token show our thanks, and may Nandru's blessing find its way even to you.
Nice work.
Crack 10! Crack 10! Blood will be on sea!
Another glorious battle. Get me.
Dead! Worse than rot! Worse than rot!
That's Take it down. Oh, no, you don't. Nice.
We need to get to the keep.
I was just getting warmed up.
Can't. I don't want to be here. I feel like I can't feel my fingers.
You've made it this far. I'd hate to see you turn back now.
Fine. Let's go. Let's go. I feel like I can't swallow. Is that weird?
Quick move! Put it down! Put it down!
Gods. What happened here? What is that? Let me see. I remember this. I think this belonged to... Everything Yonku said was true. All of it. These bones. These bones are hers. My mother. I can't. Difficult. This is blessed impossible.
Take your time. I know how long it's been.
I don't think I can handle this right now. I need to go back.
You've charted your course. All you have to do is see it through.
I know. Free to me. Let's just keep looking around.
Put them down, please. Please. He speaks of song. I hear only screams. No. No. Don't fool me. Don't lie. That can't be Marius. It can't.
Careful. I think a part of him is already gone.
Yonku. Viate. Is that you? What happened? How could this...
I can see. I can taste. I'm disappearing into the land. I search for meaning, but find only words.
This is... is... Yonku. My best friend since... as far as I can remember. When did this... I should have never left you, Viate. I couldn't have known.
Patrol. Yes, on patrol. When the dream touched me, I was away and alone. Yes? Not your fault. Not yours.
I still shouldn't have left. We could have been here, together.
We met here, Marius and me. We played here. I was older, but still a child.
That doesn't... I barely remember this place.
Your forgetting is for the best, Viate. I suffered remembering the whole time. Yes, yes! Graves! A circle of death and graves for the elders. The last places of rest. Families followed Razvan, trusted his words. He would lead them to a better life. Trusted Razvan to make them something more.
Wait. No, I remember something. Chanting? I was so scared. Oh, you think?
Razvan circled the parents around, said he would help their voices reach the stars. They took bowls full of... night. No. Death. He said to drink it while Razvan said the words.
I don't want to know what you're about to say.
Yes. Yes. Gods, am I speaking clear? At long last. I saw all the parents fall over. I knew he would come for me. I ran. I saw young Marius, too small to understand. Razvan called out for us, his voice raised to the sky.
That's when you took me to Solace. You saved my life.
A new home, yes, I brought you there and they gathered you. Marius always survived. Kept me alive sometimes. Never said to stop. Never gave up.
I always thought you were a fool when we were younger. So impulsive. Now I know. You thought you'd already cheated death.
The parents in Solace said it was better to forget. Made me swear not to tell. You were happy. Never wanted to upset you. At first, yes. Later, it would have been harder not to forget.
Makes sense. No wonder it felt like everyone knew something I didn't, because they did.
But I can't focus. Can't remember. Razvan is near, making everything harder.
God, he might still be alive. That's it. We have to leave. If he's out there, we have to run.
Found the key to Razvan's home. Search there if you want. I will only forget. No. Razvan has gripped my soul my entire life. It will be enough to know he's gone.
I am so sorry this happened to you, Viate. If I could trade places with you.
No. No, Viate. You have saved me many times over. This I wouldn't wish on you ever.
Well, I guess we'll be going now, yeah? We have to keep digging into this particular emotional scar.
I almost pity him. See you soon, Viate.
I knew someone was out there. He killed everyone. He wanted to kill me.
But you're still here. That proves he didn't win.
Years of worrying myself sick. He's out there, Envoy. This Korba is still out there. I think I know the contact Razvan used to seal the door. It's a poem my mother told me when I was a child. She said those words would always open doors. I never knew what she meant. If we're gonna go after Razvan, we better get to it. Before I pass out where I stand. That must be the door. Oh, gods, here we go. All right, what was it? Something.
That's one for us.
Sing free, our voices lifted high. Our spirits laughing in the sky. Hope that did something. That was it. It worked. Someone's living here. I'm sure of it. Well, maybe it's not him. Right. My luck. It's definitely him. Don't know if I'd rather see Razvan alive or dead. If he's dead, he can't hurt anyone else.
beyond sea!
Save us in the garden.
Everybody all right?
Caution, envoy. I see something moving in there.
All the time. Please just let me work. New voices. Flesh or spirit, I should ask. The others say you're flesh, but the others are known to lie. Dream thrall. What a wonderful word for those souls you slaughtered to get here. They speak with more clarity now. I have long heard the voices of ascended beings. Beings beyond pain or hunger or death.
A watcher, but not as lucid as Runid.
I sought to raise the voices of my flock, to raise them, to become as the voices that sang to me were. The chorus of voices that surrounded me told me lies among their truths. On that day, I sought song but only heard screams.
Duke de Dragu, Korba. You killed everyone.
I know this voice. Older now, perhaps. One of the missing ones. You have your father's tone. Your mother's diction. No, the dead cannot sing. It's impossible. If that were true, then my people were to become ascended beings, like those who spoke to me before. Voices ephemeral, wise, and never afraid. Instead, their voices became screams. From the next life they curse me. Call me killer. Call me death.
If I heard voices and no one ever told me why, I don't envy him.
I don't care. This Korba killed my family.
But I have since found a new choir, full of life and set loose from the shackles of will and doubt. Dream thralls? No, they are more connected to the land than any of us. The island holds and caresses them as it will us all. Perhaps one day you will join my choir as well, my little lost one. I will lead you to sing for the gods themselves.
I have run from you my whole life. And you're just a madman in a cave, talking to dream thralls.
You ran because you were afraid. Now you come back to me. My lost lamb. My tiny little bell.
You murdered a village to satisfy your sick vision of ascension. But really, you're just a lost soul down here grasping for meaning. I don't remember my parents. They obviously trusted you. But they didn't know you, did they? Not really.
They were shining souls. Their voices passionate. Their words sharp like the crack of a whip.
I see no reason to give this man a quick death. Let him rot down here, for all I care.
A prison of silence. A fate worse than death.
I am never alone. The voices caress me, fuel me, punish me. No matter what I do, I am never alone. No matter what I do, I am never alone.
I can't figure out how I feel now. I do think leaving him here to rot was the right decision. I don't think they wanted rest. I think they're happy haunting Razvan for what he did to them. I've spent my whole life afraid of something I couldn't remember. And now I've found that thing and overcome it. I need to think about all this. Maybe we should check on Iancu, see how he's feeling.
Worse than rust!
We spoke before, yes? Marius? We spoke before.
You should have seen it, Viate. The monster that haunted us all our lives, starving and babbling to himself.
It pleases me. I feel happy that our monster was just a shadow all along.
It's over, Viate. You can rest now. I promise.
Right, Viate. And so can you. Remember that. I will likely find it first. Marius has never sought peace.
Quiet, you Nimdude. I know how to seek peace if I want it.
Right. Clearly. I leave you now, full of peace.
Will you be all right, Viate? What can I do to help?
Nothing more you have to do, Viate. Just keep living and try to laugh once in a while.
Right. I will miss you, Viate. I love you.
I feel so light. The circle is broken.
Envoy? I thought I'd feel different after dealing with Razvan. Somehow more at peace. There was this threat I didn't even know I was afraid of, and now it's gone. So why doesn't it all feel better now? I know, do you think it will ever heal completely? I like that. It's like the land overgrowing a ruined town. Whew, you've got me feeling all poetic now. Been dealing with this all my life. Someone starts acting strange, then clearly something terrible's about to happen. My people were in a cult. They believed what Razvan said. They died because he asked them to. But he wasn't behind every corner. He was stuck in a cave, babbling in mushrooms. Not for lack of trying, right? I appreciate what you've done to help me. I won't forget it. Thank you for finding that amulet. It's such a small thing, but it helps. Yes, good ones even. My father singing to me. My mother smiling and carrying me on her back. There was a sense of purpose, I think. They all left Solace for a reason. They trusted Razvan. People began to act strange. My parents weren't around as much. Everyone started paying all their attention to Razvan. We all know what happened next. It tells me that there were good times before. Now that we've dealt with Razvan, maybe things can be good again. I just wanted to thank you, Envoy. That's all. Anyway. Thanks for talking.
Well, seems there is more to our dwarven friend than we thought. Than even he thought. And to know that monster is still out there. That he could do that all over again. It's sickening. You're right. I'll pull him aside for a chat later. Either way, at least that part of Marius's life is done and dusted. The next time we find a cult like this, let's stop it before they get to the death part, shall we? I know, I hate to kill the fun here, but we should prevent senseless killing where we can. Well, that's all I have to say on the matter, I suppose. Unless there's something else you wish to discuss? How can I help, darling? Well, I suppose you've earned that much. And I do enjoy rewarding tenacity. Though between your dreams and mine, it's a wonder anyone gets any sleep around here. You remember that I nearly burned my family home down when I was young? It was an accident, and I paid for it. My parents refused to buy me more spellbooks for years. Well, shortly after all that fuss, the dream began. It started at first with a fire, just flames crackling, and a feeling of safety. I thought it was a little weird, but nice. But then the dream kept coming back, night after night. I learned more every time. I saw that it was a fire in a hearth, and that hearth was in an old library. I assumed it was a library, at least, to explain why there were so many tablets lining the walls. Ah, a woman after my own heart. In the library, there's just one person, but they're wearing a hood, so I never see their face. They do the same thing every night. They curl up in a chair by the fire, hold a tablet to their chest, and then the fear comes. The paralyzing, all-encompassing fear of something. Just the noise. A low, deep banging starts, and it rattles through your bones and shakes you to your core. And it replaces the beat of your heart with this droning on and on and on until you forget every other sound you've ever heard.
A beat. Steel feet on the shore. They come by night.
And then, as it just gets louder and louder, and right before it gets there, I wake up.
You've been listening to too many of Giada's ghost stories.
And let me tell you, waking up in a cold sweat does nothing for my fur. How sibilant. No. Just that it's all-encompassing. It's strange. I've not told many of the details of my dream. I suppose I must like you quite a bit, envoy. Don't let it inflate your ego too much. I suppose we should try and get some rest now. I'll have some tea ready for when we awaken later. You know, I don't think I've ever seen so many books in one place. But to think that the Steel Garrote was using those same books for their own ends. I can't believe you let Dolna go after all she did. Well, yes and no. Had she just stolen the books and given them to the people, I would have celebrated her. But she stole them from the Pargrunen to give to Ludwine? Despicable. No matter. What's done is done. I had just hoped that Pargrun knowledge could help the Pargrunen. Well, that's all I have to say on the matter, I suppose. Unless there's something else you wish to discuss? How can I help, darling? Don't mind if I do.
After all this time, finally returning home. How you doing, Maurice?
Callously.
Wonder if the stories about the Tusks were just keep the judgments out.
Worse than rot!
Yatsley, remind me not to make you mad.
Lava beyond sea!
My turn.
What, like it's hard? That's done.
in hot.
Can we finish here? Quickly, before I lose my lunch.
I never complain about Maurice's laundry habits again.
You're mine now! Out of the way!
I think worth and rough! Now it's beyond secret! Cool black 10!
This one's mine.
Hey.
expedition broke camp, they left an awful lot behind.
What sort of expedition chooses to cross a valley full of lava?
We've got other battles to fight.
Whoa there. See the mud? These are wagon tracks. Well, time to find another way across.
Worse than rock!
think so, dear.
Out of the way!
Keep quiet.
How is this our fault? We've lived here for centuries.
Stay back, creatures of flesh and fur and bone. You follow one another into the snare.
Abaddon's hammer. Did Gabral send you? You've got to get us out of here.
The land cries out in protest, and you send more from your stinking, teeming Wardens?
Why would we poison the very water we need? That makes no sense.
Do you understand so little? You awoke an ancient presence with your digging and delving. It waits in the ruins, among the bones of the dead. The land fights back against it, curdling the water. This land is connected. Veins and roots all intertwined. The land feels, it remembers. Like a tree choked with vines, it seeps poison to defend itself from the aggressor. The interloper.
We feel a presence. It rises like bile in our throat. We fear it.
But burrowing worms clog the ears of these fools. I warn them, and they hear nothing. What is this madness? You bear the mark of this land in the ridges of your flesh and the rings of your soul. Surely you must know better. Very well. Your insight would be helpful. Still that foul presence, and let the waters flow sweet and clear once more. Clear the old one's water roads to slake this parched land. Do this, and I shall release these vermin to scurry back to their nest.
The water is filthy. You'll catch your death if you dip in that.
then! Worth and wrath!
I hope you're ready to deal with your god when we find the garden. Ready, aim.
Was loved once, but it's ruined now. I wonder why.
Might want to give that water a wide berth.
Stop. That sound. It's drowning my thoughts.
A rat scrabbling in the dust, crawling back to the same ruined trash heap.
No. We know this voice. This presence. Sneering at us through our prison bars.
I culled your rot from this land before. I will do it again. And you carve lands into petty fiefdoms, but we are the gods of all Eora. I've done no such thing. Ask that parasite that's latched onto your soul.
No. Make her go. Send her away.
How the fruits of its destruction make it squirm and writhe. It knows nothing but chaos. This land needs order, purpose. Free to rend itself to pieces, to lie in fallow ruins, while its neighbors grow bold and covetous. You are an Aedyran, a nation where law and authority brought peace between the warring folk and elves. It is steadfast. Your people understand how to tame what is wild. How to build empire from rubble. And whose fault was that? A handful of soldiers on a mountaintop?
No.
Or the mad fraud whose thrashing would lay waste to paradise?
Stop it. Stop her. Silence her. She feeds you poisoned fruit.
Do you believe that volcano was its first act of violence against this land? It has destroyed this place before. These hills were once lush, and the people.
She lies. Falsehoods like fangs. She was not there. She did not see.
Why else would the usurper so quickly deny its deeds? Is it a plea of innocence, or admission of its guilt? Time that it has spent corrupting you, bending you to its will. Whose poison flows through this water? Who spoils its own lifeblood?
Creatures did this. They crawled through our bones. They picked at our flesh.
The Magfolk fulfilled a need. What is the purpose of this?
So small, so fragile. We did not mean to. We could not understand.
Envoy, are you all right? You look like you've seen a ghost.
You looked blank, dead in the eyes.
Another god. At least she's not in your head, too. She's right about that much. All the more reason we need to find the garden.
There's nothing else to learn here. Can we go to the garden now, please?
water looks clear now. Ready, aim.
You have restored the waters. I was right to trust you. Truly, the spirit of the land lives in you. A seed carried in the wind.
Carried where? We feel the tranquility of this place, but whose roots drink its waters?
I release these kith to return to their burrows. May they leave this enclave in peace. Clear the tangle of growth choking the Ancient One's waterways, and the kith may gather it freely. So long as they leave this sanctuary free of their influence, so that new life may take root.
You can't be serious. You expect us to walk away from the best source of fresh water in the Tusks?
If the godlike clears the old growth from the waterways, then a portion will flow out. You may gather it where the waterway ends, away from here. No. They are an invasive species. Their presence is a disruption. They do not tend. They only take, consume, devour. Another vain venture doomed to ruin. I care not for the pride and zeal of these kith. I care for the tender green things they would crush. They must gather what they can and leave this place in peace.
Avowed, godlike, in private? That talking tree expects us to just walk away from the best source of clean water in the Tusks. So that what? A few more moss patches can grow? In centuries? Maybe. I'm worried about the here and now. We can't risk losing access to fresh water again. I know you've done a lot for us already, but I'd like to ask one more thing. Shh. But yes. Look, we need to set up a guard post here. Eventually we want to build out the aqueduct system. There's no way she'll let us do that. Yes, she's made that abundantly clear. And I don't know how to convince her that we're not a threat. I don't like this, but it's our best chance for survival. We're not getting anything until that blockage is cleared out of the aqueduct. If you can at least do that much, we'll make do. We'll have to.
I hope you're ready to deal with your god when we find the garden.
beyond sea! Hey! Over here!
I think we found the source of the blockage. We're going to have to get rid of those vines.
Isn't that a beautiful sight?
We'll wait here until you've taken care of everything. Gabral would be downright insufferable if I went back to them empty-handed. Thank you. If there's one thing we need to survive out here, it's fresh water. You've given us a fighting chance.
Twisting in the loam? The trees shake with the passing of beasts. Their prey skitters beneath the leaves. But we took it all away. Now our memory is a wound reopened. You are Maru, a Jabaru Sinakis. you stand on the shoulders of all who spoke for us before. You are young in your role, newly minted from your trials in Thirdborn. You tempered your body and spirit in our image. Tell us, Mare, how did you perform? All of your life had led to this. We noticed your promise, and you rewarded us tenfold. We had chosen many new guardians, but we cherished you first. Now you stood for the garden. Your destiny awaited you. The leader sent you to the temple of Galawain's tusks. An oasis bloomed from the Aedyr, and our children built a city there. Tell us, Mare, how did you find life in your new home? Meaning, the sapling thriving in its native soil. Why? The Aedyr's wonders had existed only in dreams before. You saw the city, and at last you felt like one of them. In the third year of your work, the tide turned. The season changed. The city had grown root-bound, too large to sustain itself. The creeks ran dry. The people stirred with unrest. They turned to you. How did you advise them? The sea yielded only salt. The forage could not replace the harvest. Until, one day, relief. The builders found a clear spring carved into the mountainside. They dreamed of an aqueduct, a river of their own design. Its veins would split the trees, a winding wound across our back. You could speak with us. Why did you not consult us first? Presumption born of ignorance. In the path of the aqueduct lived a mighty flower tree, one of the first in the jungle. A font of vitality. Its leaves spread wide, a challenge to the foreman's authority. He raised his axe. You leaped forward. The axe cleaved into your arm. It would survive, but your blood drenched the dirt. Why did you intervene? Compassion greater than our gift. Yet you were weakened. He cut. The ground thundered as it fell. The haze parts. We cry out. Our skin burns. This memory we recall. The earth erupts. A chorus of screams. Ash blots out the sun. Plans smolder, leaves in the wind. Yet there you stood, a sprout in the dust, a witness to our tragedy. You offered yourself to protect us. We could not punish you. Because we chose you. the whole. We should like that to be our way. Years passed. The Aedyr returned. As they rebuilt their walls, they left us offerings, wary of their ancestors' mistake. We welcomed their bounty, but the scars never healed. We too had learned. We twine together. We reach for the sky. We grow. We grow. We grow.
Many animancers believe that nature is there to be measured, controlled, subverted. Well, I've been contemplating that assumption. Quite a bit, in fact. You made peace with the Delimgan in Galawain's tusks. Could that be a sign of things to come? Possibly, if they were to find common ground. I've spent my life trying to dominate nature, to overcome the limitations of our existence for the good of everyone, just like my mother. But what if animancers coexisted with the natural world, supporting instead of exploiting? With a little encouragement, it could be possible. There's plenty of work ahead of us, but I'd say we're off to a good start. Now, let's try and stay on nature's good side. We have a reputation to uphold. Thanks for talking.
Another win, but who's counting?
What, like it's hard? Shite! Maybe we can find the other pieces.
Who goes there? Speak. Radut. First he refuses to let us leave the Tusks, and now he sends you. Well, hear this. Wait a minute. Huh. Are you the one who took down the steel garrote? Well, if that isn't a good god's damn. Since that's the case, then maybe you are a friend after all. Maybe you can help us. Let's talk inside. All right, I'll begin by thanking you. You fought against your own for the Tusks. That's more than most would ever do. Credit's all yours. Now, let's get to business. I'll be blunt. I don't know how my Wardens and I can reconcile with Radut or with the Keep. We spilled blood when we tried to leave Envoy, and we've spilled more hoping to hurt them enough to change their minds. Never mind our reasons for marching on the gate. That's not something that's forgiven. I don't share your optimism. But I suppose it's try or die now. Still, I don't see how this resolves well. They'll never let us leave. Even if they forgive us. The evils that drove my Wardens to the gates won't go away. I don't see how we're not fucked. There's no food. The land itself is hostile, making life in the tower unbearable. Maybe it'd be easier if we had trade, but the Council refuses that. And even if they allowed it, our existence in the Keep is against our nature as Pargrunen. We're meant to roam. Nandru's oath forbids that, though. We're only born to die here as we watch over the garden. No one escapes. Not anymore, anyway. There were expeditions out, in the past. My father led one before I was born. Died on a hill I'll never see. What is there to discuss? Nandru set the course of our lives hundreds of years ago. To watch over the garden forever.
This isn't right.
Never mind that our nature screams for us to roam. We're supposed to stay put and waste away for the sake of a garden we'll never know. We do. He did. What are you driving at? You mean How did I not? All this time,
You're free to roam, as you should be.
Yes. Yes, I'll talk to my Wardens. We'll ready our departure. Our leave won't be granted immediately, but that is a winning argument. Take this. It'll open up the chest just to your right. I want you to have what's in there. Thank you, Envoy. I'll take it from here.
A sprout. The hair leaves the burrow. A shift in the earthen plate. Free to wander.
that was some clever thinking. I'm starting to see why the Emperor made you his envoy.
Take your best.
Welcome back to the tower, envoy. I'm all ears, envoy. Her father... That would get her out. Forgive me, envoy. No one's left the keep in... I don't know how long, and... I never thought of this. No one's left in centuries. How many have wanted to? How many have died wanting to? Please, I'd like a moment alone now, if that's all right. We'll let them out when they're ready. It's just... a lot to reckon with. It's so strange to even think about this as a possible option.
I wonder if this will open the gate for others, so to speak.
Welcome back to the... I don't know what to tell you, except that it's best to... Danger...
There's been more bandits seen in the Twined Wood.
I heard that too. Captain Radut says he has it under control.
The captain's in Nindu, but I'll never doubt his dedication to rooting out bandits.
I only doubt him when he's placing bets.
Hey, I might...
Did someone
Envoy? Been thinking about Amalia a bit. You got yourself involved and found a way for her to leave the Tusks. I'm not sure you know what a huge favor that was. Solace's traditions exist for a reason. It's just not always a good reason. Right. I just wanted to make sure you knew how big that was, in case she didn't thank you enough. Envoy, what do you need? Not before I've done some reading. I wanted to thank you. You've been a really good friend to me, and I appreciate it.
Something...
Well, this is it, I guess. Feels very different from the last time I left Galawain's tusks. I will say, it's nice to look out and see Solace still standing. Thanks for that. Right. It's better that an Aedyr and envoy do it.
Solace is still standing. And so are you. We're in this together.
Just so you know, Kai, it's starting to sound like you like me.
If you happen to need a reminder, do let us know. Brooding in silence can be quite the mood killer.
Not to spoil the moment with good news, but I doubt the rest of the island has been quiet while we've been looking for the garden. Things have only gotten more tense since Fjord, and the Steel Garrote probably hasn't been doing us any favors on that front.
Especially when they're led by a woman who doesn't seem interested in staying dead. Not to mention, after we take care of the Envoy's little god problem, we'll still have an empire bearing down on us. We should be so lucky.
Can't say I'm too excited about just walking into the garden. I grew up learning I needed to protect that place, but it never felt like more than a children's tale to me.
I hear ya. This island is weird enough when all we have to worry about are vengeful plans and soul-altering corruption.
Am I the only one who's looking forward to the garden? We're pioneers, stepping into the great unknown, a land of mystery.
We have to remember to love them in spite of their lack of proper enthusiasm, dearie.
That's the spirit. And funny you should mention it. I have a theory about the garden, or a warning, depending on how you want to look at it. Sapadal has been imprisoned a long time. The garden will be a reflection of their dreams, their nightmares, their madness.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw visions or hallucinations, and not even the fun kind. Anytime, darling.
Before we go any further, I have to ask you something. You told the Inquisitor that you intend to free Sapadal, set them loose upon the world. Is that still the plan? For once, I'm all out of ideas. Anyone else?
I'm a soldier. I prefer leaving these decisions to people like you, but if you're asking for input, I don't entirely disagree with Ludwig on this. She may be a monster, but she's not the only one the Living Lands has seen. Sapadal could render this whole island as barren as the Tusks in a fit of anger.
Sapadal caused the Dream Scourge. All of this pain. I don't think I can forgive that. Especially after seeing Iancu. I just can't let that go.
Think of what we could learn from Sapadal. Perhaps there's a way we can keep everyone alive.
Sapadal is responsible for the spiritual health of the living lands, and the island has suffered for it. No matter what the Inquisitor said, I don't believe there's a right or wrong choice to make here. Just the one you believe in. Just one. Remember, we're stepping into a realm that is both physical and spiritual in nature. If you can call it nature. There's no telling how long we'll be gone. For all we know, time could run backwards in the garden.
Not a chance. We're a crew now, so you're stuck with me until the end. Marius?
I told you I'd be with you till the end. I don't go back on my promises. What about you, Giada?
You're not going into the garden without me. I have to see this with my own eyes. Yatsli, if you feel like running back to Quilici, now would be the time. No one would think less of you.
And tell Quilici that I missed out on the most exciting part.
And you don't have to. We pull together, and that's plenty.
I plan on wandering the garden whether I'm traveling with you or not. I have to find out what the big deal is.
Agreed. I'm not waiting in camp while the rest of you have all the fun. Hope to see you out there, Marius.
Well, let's go then. We can't keep your god waiting.
I met this Animancer one time. You might know him.
Oh? Who would that be?
Tall guy, beard, spectacles, hair.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down.
Had this thing around his neck. Gold, I think. Hummed a lot.
So, this is it. The spiritual epicenter of the living lands. Where it all began, and where it all ends. For so long I have looked out on a horizon full of possibilities. Now that it's here, I'm too scared to breathe. Oh, why am I so anxious? I suppose you're right. I'm frightened, I'm excited. I'm a lot of things right now. Do you remember when Manto Pastor sent you after the heart of an Adragan? That was nothing compared to this. We are standing in the beating heart of the living lands. Just imagine what we can do with it. I almost turned my back on Animancy. And if I'm being honest, it was a relief. But now that we're here, who am I to reject my upbringing, my potential? My parents were going to build a better world for Animancers. That dream was their legacy to me. You and I have come farther than they did, to an impossible place where anything can happen. Anything. I'll try to remember that. I don't know what's going to happen, but you've had my back since the beginning. I won't forget it. Who could rest at a time like this?
Ever heard of Empress's Eye?
think so. It's a flower, isn't it? Aedyrs used to believe that it was an ill...